This video, I'm going to show you how you can create this beautiful homepage design using the Kadence theme. We will be using the Kadence blocks and the Kadence blocks pro plugin along with the Kadence theme. So right here you can see we have this beautiful homepage hero section, and then we have this overlapping content section here, an about us section, a services section, and then once again we have an additional section for additional information, number counters, a carousel for the logos, and then we have this pricing plan section, and then at the last we have this contact form right here. So if you are interested in learning how you can create this kind of beautiful homepage design using the Kadence themes, then without further ado, let's get started now. So the first thing that you want to do is to go back to the dashboard of your website, and once you will go back to the dashboard of your website, you can go to the pages, and once you will go to the pages, you can see I have this home page created already. If I view this page in a new tab, you can see this is exactly the same page that I showed you in the demo of this video. So we are modeling our page after this page right here. So I'll go back to the pages here. Let's just create a new page. So I'll click on add new page here, and this time I want to change the name of this page to home new, and then you need to apply some settings. So in the settings here, you will have to click on this icon, and where it says page title, make sure you disable the page title, and then from here you need to choose this full width option, because we want our page to be full width anyways that we want. And then you have this option content vertical padding, so make sure you disable all the content vertical padding at the top and at the bottom that we have. After you apply these settings, make sure you publish this page. Once you will publish this page, you can view this page in a new tab. So now you can see we don't have anything here. This is just a blank page. So once you will get this blank page, you can actually start creating the page. So I'll close this page right here, and now here we have this blank canvas showing up just like this. So I'll enable this settings panel from here, because we'll be using this block settings a lot. So from here you will have to click on this plus icon, and once you will click on this plus icon, all of these widgets will open just like this. From here you want to search for a row, and you want to insert this row layout. So click on the row layout right here, and this time you want to choose this 2-column layout. So click on this 2-column layout. So here you can see our 2-column layout is imported here. Let's just go to the style tab and give it a background color. I'll give it a background color, and here you can see it is not actually the full width container. So let's just customize it further before we actually review it. So let's change the padding to the 4XL at the top, and for the bottom let's just change it to simple double XL. Alright, let's just update this, and let's just review this page in a new tab. So right here you can see we have this container showing up right here, but we don't have anything on the, and it is not stretching to the left and right hand corner. So we need to fix that. So in order to fix that, what you want to do is to make sure you have this row layout selected here, and then from here you will see this option align. So click on this align option, and from here click on wide width. So as soon as you will click on wide width, and now if I update this page, and if I go there and if I refresh, here you can see now we have this wide width here and here on the left and right side. All right, now let's just start inserting the things here. So on this column right here, I want to have an image. So I'll search for the image, and I will insert this image advanced widget here, and then I'll click on this select image. Then from the media library, I have already uploaded the images that we are going to use. So I'll be using this image. Then I can click on this select, and here you can see this is how our image is looking. In this column right here on the left hand side, we need to use this advanced text widget. So I'll insert the advanced text widget. We need to insert some text inside here. So I'll copy and paste the text here just like this. Now we need to change the styling of this. So in order to change the styling of this, we need to use the 48 pixels of font size. So I'll click here, and here I can type in my font size. So here you can see we have this 48 pixel showing up right here. Now if I update this page, and if we go to the front end of our website, and if I refresh, you can see everything is just touching these corner here, and this is not how we actually want to lay out our website. So we need to adjust the content width. So in order to adjust the content width, you once again need to ensure that you are here on the row layout, and once you will be here on the row layout, you need to click on this icon that says inner content width. So click here, and then choose use theme content inner width, and once you will select this option, Here you can see now our page is using the theme inner content width, and now if I refresh, you can see now it is properly aligning with this top area here, the header area here. So I'll get back here, and now this time we need to insert the advanced text widget again, because we want to insert some lorem ipsum. So I'll copy some lorem ipsum and I'll insert the lorem ipsum right here. We then need to change this from h2 to paragraph tag. So here you can see we have this paragraph tag showing up like this, and after that we also need a button. So I'll click on this plus icon, and then I can search for button. So I want to use this button advanced, so I'll click on this button advanced, and then in here I can add in any text. So I'll add start project, and here you can see here is our button looking. Now from here you can change the item justification. So I want to justify the button to the left side, so I'll click on the left, and now you can see it is justified on the left side just the way it is right now. So I want to click on this section now, but before let's just update it, and let's go here, and if I refresh this from here, you can see our text is at the top and the image is at the bottom, and then we have some additional space at the bottom that is not looking very good. So we need to fix that. So in order to fix this, what you want to do first of all is to click on this section right here, and once you will click on this section, you will have this vertical alignment options. So click on this vertical alignments and then click on align middle, and it will center align everything in the middle, and then you can update it. Now if we go back to the website and if I refresh, you can see now our content is aligned in the middle. Now I can go back here and I can actually increase the size of our button. So I'll click on the button, and here in the block settings you can see I can make it larger or I can make it medium. I can choose the extra large, small, or any kind of size that I want. Let's just keep the medium size here. But what we actually want to do is to remove the padding that you are seeing here. So for that you want to click on this row layout, and then you will have to go to this advanced tab, and you want to remove any padding that we have here to make it 0. And now you can see our image is actually touching this border right here. Also, let's just reduce the padding at the top, and now if we hit update and if we go back to the web page, and if we refresh, you can see this is how it is. So this is pretty much how we wanted to lay out our hero section, but there is a lot of vertical spacing between these text items. So we need to click on this text item, and then what you want to do is to look for this line height option. Then from here choose the EM, and then you can change the EM value to 1.3. You can increase or decrease this EM value based on your needs. So I generally use 1.3, 1.2 or 1.4 depending upon the font sizes. Now if I hit on this update button, and if we go back and if we refresh our page, you can see now we have less spacing between these font sizes. Now we also need to change this font color for this paragraph text. So I'll click on this paragraph text. In the color settings, I'll choose this color right here. And then also I want to have some padding at the top. So for the padding, I'll click on this padding and I'll apply some padding like extra small padding or the small medium padding. And then I'll update this. Now if I go back and if I refresh this page, here you can see now we have more padding showing up just like this. So now we have this hero section created. We need to push this hero section towards the top. So for that you can click here, and then you can go to the advanced tab, and we need to use the negative margin. So click on this set custom sizes, and then in here add the negative values. So I'll add like negative 20 pixels, and now if I hit update, and now if we go to our website and if I refresh it here, you can see now we have less space at the top, but we need to adjust more margins. So I'll add minus 30 pixels. So I'll hit update, and now if we go back and if I refresh, you can see now our header is looking just fine with this amount of margins that we are using. If you want, you can adjust the padding at the top and make it more smaller. So let's just keep extra large, and if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see now we have the extra large padding at the top. Now that our hero section is created, we can actually create the overlapping container section. So for that, what you actually want to do is to click anywhere here, and then you can once again click here, and then you can type in /, and from here you can search for row, and you can choose row layout. Then inside of this row layout, we want to keep this 3 columns container. So you can choose this 3 column container. Once again, we want to change this to width wide, and we want to change the content inner width to theme inner content width. So this will how it will look. Now if I open this navigator option right here, so this is the new row that we have added. If I expand this, you can see we already have a section here. So if you want, you can apply some styling options. So I'll go to the styling option, and then I'll go to the border settings, and then I can enable the box shadow. And now you can notice that we have a box shadow here. You might not be able to see it clearly, but we have a box shadow right here. Now we just need to add few things in here. So let's just insert an icon. So click anywhere on your page and then click on this plus icon, and then in the search bar search for icon. So you will get this icon box widget and the simple icon widget, whichever you want to use. Let's just go ahead with this icon box. I'll choose this icon box widget right here, and then here you can see the alignment. I'll change the alignment to align left, and now everything is aligned toward the left side. Now I'll go to the style tab, and in the style tab you can see you have more options available, like you can change the background color for this widget that we have added. You can add the box shadow. You can go to the media settings to change the alignment for the icons. You can see we have some additional padding for the icon, and we can actually adjust the padding for the icons from this setting. So here you can see it says media padding, and we have 10 pixels padding apply. If I remove this padding, you can see this is how it is looking, and you can see this is not properly showing the way we want our boxes. So let's just get rid of this widget that we have added. I'll remove this info box widget from here, and then we can simply add an icon. So I'll search for the icon, and it will not give you any results. Once again, you will have to click on any blank area on your page, and then you can click on plus, and then you can search for icon. And now select this and drag this inside here. Now you can see this is showing here, and then here you have these settings that you can use to align everything in here. So I'll click on this section setting, and inside the section settings here you have the item justification settings. So click on the item justification and justify the items towards the left side, and now you can see our icon is aligned towards the left side. Now after that, let's just add one advanced text module or advanced heading. So I'll search for text here, and I'll drag and drop the advanced heading right here, right there, and there you can see here it is showing. So I want to change the title to research, so I'll add research here. Now what you can do is to simply duplicate this thing here. Once again, you want to change it to simple paragraph, and you want to add some lorem ipsum here. So I'll change it to the lorem ipsum, and here you can see we have some link added, so I can remove the link from here. So you can see this is how it is looking. Now if I click on this section right here, now the whole section is selected. I can go to the advanced tab, and I can apply some paddings on all of the sides of this section, which mean all the sides of this box. So I'll select this linked option here, so it will link all 4 sides, and now I can apply any kind of custom padding that I want to apply inside of this box. Now you can see our layout is actually coming together. So let's just click on this update button, and let's go to our website, and let's refresh this. And here you can see this is how it is looking. You can see we have a lot of spacing between the title and this icon. So let's just click on this icon, and let's go to the advanced tab, and for the bottom icon margin, click on this icon to change these numbers and insert 0 here. That's all. And then for this title that you are seeing here, we actually want to change the color to this red color. Let's update this. Let's go back here and let's try refreshing this, and you can see we still have the same problem. So I'll go to the advanced tab for this heading that we have, and then where it says padding, let's just click here where it says use size presets, and then click 0 here, and I want to use the 0 margin here. And once I'll update this, now if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see now it is looking just all right. Now we have created this. We also need to remove the custom margins that comes with the theme. So I'll click here and I'll remove this from here. Now if I click update and if I go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. We actually need to add some spacing for the heading. I'll click on this research heading that we have added. I'll go to the advanced tab, and in the margin settings, I can change the margin to, let's say, 10 pixels. And now if I hit update and if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. Now we can change the icon. So click on this icon right here and expand this option, and then select this single icon option. And once you will click on this single icon option, you will have this option in this block settings. So click here, and now you can search for an icon. So I'll search for file here, and then I'll choose this file icon right here. Now I actually want to change the color of this icon to this red color, and I don't want this title in the red color, so I'll change it back in the dark color, and then I'll hit update. Now if we go back to our website, and if I refresh this website, you can see this is how our box is. We need to apply some border radius here, so I'll select this section from here. Then we can go to the style tab right here, and then where it says border radius, we can apply the border radius. So click on this linked option here, and here we can apply our custom border radius. So let's apply 10 pixels of border radius, and now the 10 pixels should be applied. I can click on update button, and now if we go to the website and if we refresh, you can see now we have kind of like the rounded corners here. You can increase or decrease the values based on your need. Right, now we have added this. I can actually delete these two sections from here, and it won't allow me to delete it. So for that, what you want to do is to go to this row layout and change it to one column. Now here you can see we only have one section, and if I duplicate this, you can see this is coming below the card that we have created. So once again, click on this row layout, and then click on this section, and then go to this general tab, and here you will see this flex properties. So for now this vertical is selected, that is why we are having this vertical positioning. We can change it back to horizontal or vertical, and this is how it will change. So we need to go back to this row layout here, and then we can actually change the number of column to 3 columns. And now you can see everything is now showing right next to each other, just the way we wanted. Now if I click on this update button, and if we go to our website and if I refresh it here, now you can see we have these 3 cards showing up like this. We can then change the information inside of these cards. So for the second card, I want to change the title to optimization. And for the third card, I want to change the title to content creation. So I'll change the title to the content creation. Then for the icon, I want to change this icon to chart icon. So I'll click on this icon, and then I'll search for chart, and I want to use this chart icon. And for this content creation, I also want to change this icon. So I'll search for this video icon, and I'll choose this video icon from here. Then I'll hit update. Now if we go back to our website and if I refresh, you can see our icons has been updated. Now we can actually add some negative margin to this row layout that we have. I'll select this row layout from here, then we can go to the advanced tab. So here you can see we don't have a margin applied here, so I'll click on this option right here, and then we can actually apply some negative margin. So let's just apply negative 100 to see how it will look. And if I update this now, if we go here and if I refresh this, you can see that our cards are actually overlapping, but we don't have any background color applied to our card. So we need to change the background color. So I'll click on this section right here, then I'll go to the style tab and I'll change the background color to the white color that we want to use. And I will apply the same white color to all the other 2 cards that we have, so that we'll have the different card color. If you want, you can apply a different color here. So for example, if you want to apply the blue color, you can apply the blue color, and then you can change this color to the white color, and then you can also change this color to the white color, and then you can also change this icon color to the white color, and then you can hit update. Now if you go back here and if you will refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. So you have the complete freedom here, and you can actually stylize everything that however you want. So we have created these 2 sections here. Let's just start creating an about us section. So for that, we can go back to our page that we are creating. So I'll click here, and now you can actually type in / and then you can search for row, and in here type in row layout, and this time we actually want to use this 3 column layout. So I'll choose this 3 column layout. First of all, let's just make it full width, and then let's just change the content inner width to the theme content width. Once that is done, we can apply some custom padding. I'll go to the advanced tab, and under the advanced tab, you can apply your padding. So I'll apply the extra large padding here on the top and the extra large padding here at the bottom. So now we have these 3 cards here. In the first card, we can add some images. So I'll search for the image, and I'll insert this image widget here, or the image module here, and then I'll click on this select image. And once you will click on select image, we actually want to use this image right here. So I'll click on this select image, and then in here you can adjust the image file size. You can choose full here, or you can use the fixed ratio instead of image ratio. All right, Now you can go to the style tab, and under the style tab you can apply some border radius. So remember, we are using 10 pixels, so I'll apply the 10 pixels border radius to all of these four sides of the image. So if I just increase it and change the value to 10, you can see our border radius is now applied to this image right here. What I actually want to do is to duplicate this, so I'll duplicate this image once again, and now I actually want to change this image. For that, you can click on this edit image option here, or you can remove this image and then you can click on select image. From here, choose a different image. So I'll choose this image from here, and then what you actually want to do is to apply some negative margin to this image. So I'll go to this advanced tab, and then I'll unlink all of these options, and then in here I want to apply a negative 30 pixels or probably negative 50 pixels here, and then I also want to apply a negative margin on the left side. So I'll apply the negative margin or probably the normal margin here. So I'll apply 100 pixels on the left side, and now you can see our image is actually overlapping with the image above, and we can increase this number from here. So let's just change the negative top margin to negative 80, and then go to the style tab, and here you can apply some border. So I'll change the border color to the white color, and then I can apply the 4 pixels of border, and here you can see our border is showing something like this. Now for the border radius, I actually want to apply the different kind of border radius. So I want to keep this border from here, and I want to keep the right hand side border, and then we can remove the bottom and the left sides as they are not visible. And I also want to remove this border from the right side, so I'll remove the border here, so it should appear something like now. If I click update, and if we go to our website, and if I refresh this website now, here you can see this is how our images look. I think we need to apply the border, so let's just apply the border, give it 10, 10, and 10, and then click update. Now if we go back here and if we refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. We need to apply a color, and the color is already applied here. So alright, we can move ahead with other sections right here. So let's just create a tiny subtitle here. So I'll insert an advanced heading here, and then I'll choose heading tag 4, and for this I want to apply a subtitle that is going to be the about us. I can change the font color here to change it to the red color, and then we can also change the font size. So let's just click here and insert our custom font size of 16 pixels. Now that is done, we can also apply a divider. So click here and then click on this plus icon, and then search for spacer or divider, and here you can see this is how our divider is looking. So I'll change the height to 6 pixels, and then you can also change the color of this divider. So I'll choose this color, and then you can adjust the width to 100%, so it should touch the both sides of our container that we are using. Once again, now what you want to do is to insert the advanced heading widget for the heading. So for that, I'll insert a heading here. So this is how our heading will appear. Let's just change the color to this color, and then we can actually increase the size of this. So let's just increase the size to 38 pixels, and let's just increase the line height to 1.2 em. Yeah, em. Right, after that we can insert some paragraph for the lorem ipsum. So I'll change the tag to paragraph tag, and then I can insert some lorem ipsum right here. So I'll insert the lorem ipsum just right here. All right, once you will add this, the last thing that we need to add here is the button. So I'll search for a button here. I'll search for button, and then I can insert that button right here, and here you can see this is how the button is looking. From here we can justify the position to the left side, and inside here I want to change it to read more, and now you can see this is how our button is at. Now inside of this container right here, we actually need to insert a text here, but before that let's just update it, and let's go back here and let's just refresh. Now you can see we have a subtitle, a divider, but we have a lot of space here, so we need to adjust the spacing. So I'll go here, and then in the advanced tab I'll change the top margin to 0, and then if I hit update, and now if I go here and if I refresh, you can see now it is looking just fine, but now it is very closer to the divider. Let's just apply 10 pixels here, and then hit update. Now go back and hit refresh, and now you can see this is how it is looking. If you want to apply some margin to this text, paragraph text right here, you can go here, and then you can go to the advanced tab, and here you can apply the margin. So I'll apply a margin like small medium margin here, and then I'll hit update. Now if I go back here and if I refresh this, you can see now we have a margin applied here. All right, now in this third container right here, we need to insert this kind of box right there. So for that, what we can do is to add some heading first of all here. So for that, I'll just duplicate this heading from here, and then I'll drag this heading inside of this container, and I'll paste this heading right now. For this heading, what I want to do is to insert a different title. So I'll copy a title and paste the title here. We can adjust the font size definitely. So I'll change the font size to 22 pixels. Now we have this applied here. I also want to duplicate this button, so we can use a button here. So I'll drag this button from there to this part right here at the bottom of this. For some reason this will not work just like this, so for that you will have to click here, and then you can click on this plus, and then you can search for button, and you can insert the button right here, and then you can justify it towards the left side, and in here you can change it to any button text that you want. So I'll change it to read proposal. All right, now we have added this here. Now I can open this navigator settings, and then I can click on this section. Now if I apply a background color, you can see this background color is applied here. Now for after that, what we can do is to go to the advanced tab, and once again we can apply some custom padding. So for the padding, what we actually want to do is to apply any padding that we want. So I'll add this small 24 pixels padding, and then I want to change this color to the white color, and then I also want to apply some bottom margin. So I'll apply 20 pixels of bottom margin here, so we'll have some spacing between this title and this button right here. Now we want to justify this in the center, so I'll click here, and then I'll click align middle or align bottom. You can see this is not working, and the reason for that is considering whole of this section as one section, and it is aligning everything inside of this section. But what we actually want is to align. Sorry, let's just update this, and if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is where it is looking, and but we want to align it in the center, and it won't allow us to do this that simply. So for that, what you want to do is to click here, and then you can search for section. It will not give you any result, so you will have to click on any blank space on your page, and then you can search for section here. Then you can drag a section and insert the section right below there. So once you will insert the section, open this navigator, and then start dragging this heading inside of this section that we have created. So I'll insert it here. Now I'll go to this main section settings, and I actually want to remove this background color that we have added. We want to apply this to this section that we have added. So I'll go to the style tab, and I'll change this background color from here. I also want to remove the padding that we have applied. So I'll change the padding to none on all of these sides, so that will not have any spacing applied on these items, because we are going to apply this padding to this section. So I'll go to this advanced tab, and this time again I'll link all of these things together, and then we can apply small padding right here. And now if I hit update, if I go here and if I refresh, you can see this is exactly the same. You won't be able to see the difference until you click this main section right here. And now if you will click on align middle, now you can see you are able to align this in the middle. So now click on this heading, and let's just increase the line height to 1.3 em. And now let's also apply some border radius. So I'll click this inner section or the child section that we have added. Now you can go to this style tab, and then you can go to this border styles, and then you can apply your border radius. So I'll add 10 pixels of border radius on all sides. So 10 pixels of border radius right here, and then you can also apply the box shadow if you want. So I'll not apply the box shadow. I'll hit update. Now if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is now how it is looking. Let's just change the color back to white for this section. So I'll click here for this container, and then I can go to the style tab, and I can change it to white. Now I want to select this icon, and I want to change the color of this icon to the red color, and then I want to choose this heading, and I want to change the color to this dark color, and I want to change the color of this as well. So I'll change it. I'll hit update. Now if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. Now if you want, you can increase the spacing here. So for that, what you want to do is to click here, and then you can go to this advanced tab, and in the advanced tab you can increase the padding, and then you can update it. And now if you will go back and hit refresh, you can see now this is increased. Now after the about us section, let's just start creating a services section. So for that we can go back here. Now after that you can click anywhere here, and then in here add / and then from the option choose row layout, and in the row layout you want to use the single row layout. So in the single row layout, this time once again choose the wide width layout here, and for the content width change it back to theme default content width. Now you can go back to the style tab, and then in here you need to ensure that you have row layout selected. You can apply a background color, so I want to apply this blue background color right now. Once again you can go back to the advanced tab, and under the advanced tab you can change it to XXL at the top and XXL at the bottom right here. Now under here you can start adding the widgets that we want. So I want to have this subtitle, so I'll copy this subtitle from here by clicking here, and here in the navigator you can see it. This is how it is showing. I'll expand this, and then I'll click here and I'll duplicate this from here. Now I'll drag it and move it inside of this section, and here you can see this is showing. I also wanna duplicate this divider that we have added, so I'll duplicate this divider and I'll insert this divider inside of the section, and here you can see there we have the divider. After that I also want to duplicate this heading from here, so I'll duplicate the heading and I'll insert this heading inside of this section. All right, now let's just change the color. I want to change the color of this red to the white color. I also want to change the color of this divider to the white color or the gray color, and then I also want to change the title of this heading to the white color. Now I want to change a different heading here, so I'll click here and I'll change the different heading, and in here instead of about us I want to change it to our service. Now we can actually change the font sizes, so I want to change it to 52 pixels actually, and then you can go to the advanced typography option where it says font weight. You can change it to bold, so change it to bold. And now if I click on this update button and if I go back and if I refresh this, here you can see this is how it is looking. This is looking just fine. So we need to create some services areas right at the top. So for that we need 3 columns. Now I'll click on this plus icon, and this time again I want to search for a section. So I'll drag a section and insert it here. Now what I actually want to do is to add one more section inside of this section. So I'll search for a section and then I'll insert that section inside of this section. Now if we go to the navigator, here you can see I have added this section, and after that I have added this section. And now what we can do is to duplicate this section 3 times. And now if I go to this section right here, I can change their positioning to horizontal. So I'll change it to horizontal. Now you can see these sections are showing right next to each other like the way we want it. Now what I actually want to do is to duplicate this R services subtitle, and I want to add this R services subtitle right. Okay, now why I want to duplicate it? Because I want to change it to the number of the services. So I'll change it to 01. And after that we need to insert an icon widget there. So I'll search for icon and I want to search for this info box. So we'll use this info box widget and I'll drop this info box widget right. You can see we have some background color applied here, and then we can also change the styling of this. So I want to change the styling to this style here, and then we can go to the style tab. So first of all, for the background, let's just make the background color transparent. Now you can see we have a transparent background. Also for the border radius, we want to change the border radius to 0 for all sides. So I'll have to change it back to 0. And then for the border, we don't need any border here. Then you can go to the media settings, which is actually the icon settings right here. So here you can see media align or the icon alignment. For now it is on the left. You can align it at the top as well or at the bottom as well. I want to align it on the left just the way it is, but I want to change the vertical alignment at the top, so it should be at the top. Now for the media type, we need to use the icon. We are good with that, but for this icon I want to change it to the search icon. So I'll search for search icon and I'll add the search icon here. You can adjust the sizes of this icon from here, and then you can also adjust the icon of width of this icon. So as I am increasing this, you can see it is becoming thicker, and as I am reducing this, you can see it is becoming thinner. So you have the control over this thing as well. If you want, you can add the icon border here as well, and you can also adjust the icon border radius as well. Now here I want to apply icon background, so I'll add the icon background, and I want to change the icon color itself to the white color. And then from here you can adjust the icon padding. So I want to reduce the icon padding from here to something like 6 pixels, and then I want to reduce the icon size itself. So here you can see the icon size is reduced. All right, so here you can see we have some margin applies on the right side. I'll remove any margin that it have, and I'll change the value back to 0. And as soon as I change this 0, you can see now our content is touching the icon, and that is not good. So I'll change it back to 20 pixels here. Now here at the top where you are seeing this option, if you'll go to this advanced tab, you can see we have this padding apply. So I want to change all the padding to 0. So I'll change it to none, so that we don't have any padding on any of these sites, because we don't actually need the padding. So I'll go to the style tab again. Now if I scroll down under the title settings, you can see it says show title. You can change site title color to white color, and then for the hover you can change the color as well. Then in here you can decide which HTML tag you want to use. I'll choose the h3 tag, and then in here you can adjust the sizes of the font. So I'm good with the size that it has right now, the medium or the large, whichever you want to use. I'll choose if I switch it back, you can see large is 32. We can change it to 26 pixels here actually. So I'll keep it 26 in here, and then you can change the font family, font weight, and everything from here. Then here is the margin setting here for the top and the bottom. We don't actually need to change those. If you will go to the text setting here, you can change the text color to this kind of gray. Now let's just change the title. I'll change it to SEO services, and then we are good with this title, right? All right, now what I actually want to do is to add some spacing for this media or the icon that we have. So for the margin at the top, let's just add 10 pixels, and now you can see it is looking just perfect. So now if I hit update, and if we go back here, and if I refresh this, you can see this is how it is. Now we can actually start duplicating the content of this container inside the other containers that we have. So here you can see this is the section highlighting here, and there is this section that we have added, and there is this icon section that we have created. So I want to delete the other two sections that we have, and I want to duplicate it from here, and then also I want to duplicate it from here. I actually need 6 cards. So what I want to do is to duplicate it 6 times. So this is number 4, and now this is number 5, and now this is number 6. Now here is the problem. Now all of these 6 items, let's just change these numbers. So this is number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Now all of these items are showing next to each other, which is what we have applied here when we applied horizontal. Now here is another settings that I am going to tell you about, and this is the wrap content. So if I'll click on this wrap, and if I'll choose wrap, it is going to wrap all the content inside of this section. So I'll have to go to this section settings right here, and here you have this thing, content max width. So change it to percentage and change the value to 33%, and now you can see the width has been increased. Now I want to apply the same thing here. I'll go to this settings here, change it to percentage, and I'll change it to 33%. I'll do the same thing for this section as well, content max width, change the percentage and change it to 33%. Now you can see 2 of these are looking next to each other, but third one moved in the new row. That is not what we want, so I'll make it 32% right here. And with that, you can see now everything is looking just fine, but still we need to ensure that we are using the same content max width value. So I'll change it to percentage, and I'll make it 33%. And then for the section number 5, I'll go to the content max width, change it to percentage, and change it to 33%. And for this last one, I'll change it to percentage, and this time I want to keep it 32%. Now if I hit update, and now if I go back here, and if I refresh this, you can see this is how it is looking. Now let's just quickly change this icon and the titles here. So for this one right here, I want to change this icon. So I'll select this icon from here, and I want to search for map marker. So I'll search for marker, and I'll choose this marker from, and the title I want to change it to local SEO. So I'll select the title and I'll change it to local SEO. Then after that, for the third section that we have, I want to change it to SEO commerce, and then I'll change the icon to cart icon, and then I'll search for cart in here, and I'll change it to cart. Then for this one, I want to change it to paid traffic. So I'll change the title to paid traffic, and then I'll select the icon, and then I'll search for a chart icon, So I'll search for chart and I'll choose this or this. I'll choose this. And the next service that I want to add is link building. So I'll select link building and then I'll click here. And then I can click on this star. And then from here, I can search for link and I'll choose any of these. Let's choose this one. And then next up we have the last one, and I want to change it to SEO consultation or SEO consulting, and I'll change the icon to the headset icon. I'll search for the icon and I'll change to headset, or I'll only search for head and I'll choose this icon from here. Alright, now if I refresh, update this, and if we go back to our website and if I refresh this, you can see everything is updated here. These are number 1 to 6, and now we actually need to apply the shape divider at the bottom. So I'll select this row layout that we have. I'll go to the advanced tab and I actually want to make it more bigger. So I'll add 4x. Now I'll go to this layout tab, and under this bottom divider, you will see all of these dividers. You can apply all of these shape dividers. So let's just choose one of these dividers and let's reduce its height. Just like this. You can also reduce the width if you want. So I'm comfortable with this width. So I'll just update it from here. Now if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. So far we have created the hero section, this overlapping section, an about us section, and a services section. Now let's create an additional section for the content on your website. So I'll go back to the pages, and then in here I'll click anywhere and you will find this option. So click on this plus icon and then you can search for this row layout. So choose this row layout, and this time we are going to use this 2-column layout. I'll choose this 2-column layout from here, and then from here first of all make it wide width, and then from here change the content width to the theme content width. Then after that go to the advanced settings, and under the advanced settings change the padding at the top to XL and change the padding at the bottom to XL as well. Now in this column at the left, what we actually need is an image. So I'll search for an image and I'll add the image here, and then you can select the image from the media library. I have already uploaded the image, so I'll select this image and then I'll select this image right here. You can go to the style tab, and once you will go to the style tab, you can apply the border radius. I'll select all of these border corners and then I'll apply 10 pixels of border radius here. Now in this container right here, I actually need this subtitle first of all. So I'll just duplicate this from here, and then I wanna move this inside here. Now if we go here, you can see now we have this subtitle here. Now I also want to duplicate this shape divider, so I'll duplicate the shape divider and move the shape divider right here. After that we need a title, so I'll duplicate the title and I'll move this title right. After that we need some content space, so I'll duplicate this and move this content space right here. Now let's just change some of these settings. I think for now I want to keep this, but we need to add a number counter here. So in order to add the number counter, first of all we need to insert a section. So I'll search for a section and I'll insert the section right here. So now that we have this section added, what we can do is to click on this plus icon and we can search for the counter, and here we have this widget count up. So add this widget right here. Here you can see we have counter added. First of all I want to change this number to 150. I want to add a suffix of plus, and then I want to add a title here which is going to be SEO expert. Now let's just trialize this counter. For that, go to the style tab and change here is the setting for the title. So this is the title SEO expert. So I actually want to change the number color, so I'll change the number color to the red color right here. So now this is looking just fine. Also what you want to do is to align the numbers in this probably at the left, and it is actually good just the way it is looking. So I'll open the navigator and then we can duplicate this a couple of times so that we'll have 3 number counters here. In the second number counter, I want to change it to 1300, and here where it says 1000 separator, I can add a comma here. So here you can see we have a comma, and I want to change the title to keywords rank. So I'll change the keyword rank. Then for this last number counter, I'm good with 150, but I want to change the title to happy clients. I'll change it to happy clients. Now if I open this section, I can change it to horizontal, and here you can see now they are next to each other. Now here is a thing, gap. You can change these values to adjust the gap between these number counters. So this is how it actually works. So now if I update this, now if I go back to the website and if I refresh this from here, you can see this is how it is looking. So if you have made this far inside of these tutorials, be sure to hit the like button And if you have any question, you can drop them in the description of this video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell icon to always get the latest video updates. I have a number of videos related to WordPress on my channel. You can go to my channel and look at the videos that I have created so far. Alright, so that now we have created this section. Now we can add a logo carousel here. For that, what you want to do is to search for a row layout. So search for a row layout, insert the row layout right here, and we actually need to insert a one column row layout. Now first of all, let's just change the width to wide width and change the theme content inner width to theme content width. Now let's just apply a background color. So I want to apply a subtle background color, something like this. And now you can click on this plus here, and then you can search for carousel. You can click anywhere on your page, and then you can click on this plus, and then you can search for carousel. And this is actually what we want to use, gallery widget or the gallery module. So I'll drag the gallery module right here, and then we need to select the images. So I'll select all of these images that we have for all of these logos. So I'll insert them in the gallery, and then I'll insert them in the gallery. So here you can see we have different kind of templates available. I want to use this carousel option right here, and where it says image ratio, we can change it to 16:9 or 3:2 or landscape 4:3, and here we can actually increase the number of columns. So I want to keep the 5 images here, and then we can change the number here, and then we can apply some spacing between these items just like this. You will actually have to play around this value, play around with these values to see which one looks good. I think this 3:1 looks very good, so I want to keep this 3:1. And then under the carousel setting, you can choose the carousel autoplay option here, and then you can adjust these settings. So I always keep this 4400, and then slide to scroll all, and then arrow slide style, I don't need any arrows, so I'll remove them. And I also need the dots, so I'll remove the dots from here as well. And if you want to enable the lazy load for images, you can enable the lazy load. And then if I update it from here, and if I go here, and if I refresh here, you can see now we have a logo carousel right here. So in this way, you can also create a logo carousel inside the Kadence theme as well. Now we actually need to add some spacing at the top and the bottom. For that, you can go back in the editor, and then you can select this row layout, and then you can go to this advanced tab, and in here you can adjust the padding to either medium or large. So let's just keep the large, and then hit update. Now if we go back, and if I refresh this page, you can see now we have more spacing at the top and the bottom. So alright, now let's see how you can create a pricing plan inside of this Kadence theme. For that, what you want to do is to go back to your editor in the page that we are creating, and then in here you can click anywhere, and then once again you can just search for row layout, and then add the row layout option right here. Now this time, once again, I want to use this single row layout right here. Once again, change the width to wide width and change it to use theme content inner width. Once done, what I actually want to do is to apply some padding at the top and the bottom. So let's just apply the 2XL at the top and the 2XL at the bottom as well. So after that, hit update so that all the changes will get updated. Now let's just create the header for our pricing plan. For that, what I want to do is to duplicate this from here. So I'll open this navigator option, and then I'll expand this because we want to insert this title inside of this section. So I'll duplicate it from here, and I'll insert it inside this section. Then I'll also duplicate this spacer, and I'll insert the spacer here. Then I also want to duplicate this title, so we can have a title here as well. And then I also want to duplicate this. So I'll duplicate this additional text section, and I'll insert it here. So here you can see this is how it is looking. So for that, first of all, what I want to do is to align this in the center, and then I also want to align this in the center, and I also want to align this in the center. I want to remove this additional content from here, and then I want to reduce the width of this divider to something like this. Now I want to change the subtitle to SEO pricing. So I'll change the subtitle, and then I also want to change the title from here to full SEO packages with SEO Friday. Alright, now we have this header in place. Now if I hit update, and if we go to our website, and if I refresh this website, you can see this is how it is looking. Now we actually need to create the cards for our pricing plan. For that, click anywhere on your page, and then click on plus, and search for section 1 again. So click on section and insert the section right here. And like how we are doing previously, you want to insert one more section inside of this section. So I'll search for the section once again and I'll insert the section right here. Now let's just duplicate this section a couple of times more so that we'll have 3 cards here, and then click on this section right here and change the position to horizontal and change the gap to 20 pixels so that we'll have a good gap between the element. Now select this first section and go to the style tab, then go to this border styles, and under the border style enable this box shadow option so that we'll have some shadow here. Now that the box shadow is applied, we can start adding the things inside here. So first of all, we need to have a subtitle here, so I'll duplicate this and I'll insert the subtitle here, and then after that we need to have some description for our pricing plan. So I'll duplicate this content widget from here and I'll insert this content widget right here. Once that will be done, what we actually want is to have a big heading for our pricing plans. So I'll select this and then I'll duplicate this one and I'll insert it right here, and that will serve as the price for our plan. Let's just start customizing this. First of all, I want to change this subtitle to the pricing title, and then I want to insert the lorem ipsum that is already here, and then we can add our pricing here. So I'll add the pricing right here, and I actually want to change this to 48 pixels so that we'll have big price. Then I'll go to this section settings and we need to apply the padding on all of these sides. So I'll apply a custom padding of medium on all of these sides, and you can see this is how it is looking. And then after that I want to duplicate this so that we can add monthly or yearly option here. So I'll apply monthly, and then I want to change the font size to 32 pixels, and then you need to apply a negative margin. So I'll apply a negative, probably negative 50, and that is actually too much. So let's just apply a negative 30. And now if I hit update, now if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is how our card is looking. I think the font size here is very big. So let's just reduce the font size to 26 pixels. And now if I hit update and if I go back to the website and if I refresh, you can see this is how it is. Right. Now that we have this pricing title, the description, the pricing, and the terms of the pricing, we need to add some features area for the price. For that, what you want to do is to duplicate this divider that we are using. So I'll duplicate this divider from here and I'll insert this divider right here, and then I'll increase its width. Sorry, not this width. I'll increase this width to 80%. So I'll change it to 80, or probably you can change it to 90 or 95%. Any value that you want to use here you can use. All right, after that what I want to do is to add some area for the features that you may need. So I'll duplicate this and I'll insert this right here, and here you can see this will serve as the features. So I actually want to remove additional content that is going in second row. So I'll do that, and then what I want to do is to duplicate this divider and move this divider down there below this heading, and then you can once again duplicate this heading from here, and then you can move this heading right here, and once again you can duplicate the divider and you can move this here, and you can follow this process to add as many features inside of your pricing plan, as many as you need. I'll duplicate it couple of time more and then we'll be done. And I think we already have added 3 items for the feature. Let's just add one more time. So I'll duplicate it from here, and I want to duplicate this spacer or divider, and I'll move it right. All right, now this is how it is looking. And after that what I want to do is to insert a button. So I'll insert a button, advanced button, and then I'll change it to buy now. And I also want to apply some margin at the top. So let's apply a margin of medium here and then hit. Now if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. We have a lot of this space between these features that we actually don't need. So what we can do is to go to our features text and then go to advanced, and then where it says margin, let's change the margin to XXS and let's change it to XXS as well. I want to do the same thing here, but before let's just update it and review it that how it is looking. And we have a good spacing here, so I want to keep this syntax for all of these options. So I'll change the margin to XX small and I'll change it here. I want to change it here as well, so I'll change it to XXS, and then I want to change this one to XXS, and then I also want to change the margin for this last one right here. So now I'll hit update, and now if we go back and if I refresh, you can see now it is looking very clean. We also need to add some spacing below this monthly. So click on this monthly, then go to this advanced tab, and for the margin, let's add a 50 pixels of margin here and then hit update. Now let's just go back and let's just refresh, and now you can see we have a clean first pricing plan card. Now we need to apply some border radius. So I'll click on this first section right here, and then you will go to this style tab, and where it says border styles, you can add your own border radius here. So I'll add 10 pixels of border radius here. So I'll add 10 pixel, and now if we update this, and now if we go to our website and if I refresh, you can see we have border radius applied here. Now that we have created this, I don't know how this came here, so let's just delete it from here. I want to keep this section as the source, and I want to use this section in order to create other pricing plan card. So I'll duplicate this from here, and then I want to duplicate this one once again. So now we have these three pricing plans. So let's just change their title. So instead of basic plan, let's just make it standard plan, and instead of premium basic plan, let's just make it premium plan. Also, let's change their colors to something else, something like the plain colors. So I'll change their colors to the plain colors, and now if I update this, and if we go back to our website and if I refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. Now let's change the color of this card right here that is in the center. So let's go to the style tab, and let's give it a blue color background right here. Now let's just change the color of all of these widgets that are inside here. So I'll change the color to the white color, and then I'll go here and then I'll change the color to the white color. For the monthly, I want to do the same thing, and then for all of these dividers, you want to apply the same thing, and you need to change all of these colors one by one because we have a solid background color right here. So a couple of these left now. I'll change this color to white, and then this divider color to white, and then this feature color, change it to white. Once again, the divider color, change this one to white, and then this feature color, change it to white. Now if I hit update, now if I go back, if I refresh, you can see this is how it is looking. Now what I want is to make the center one taller than the other. So I'll select this section or this card right here. Then I'll go to this advanced tab, and where it says padding, I'll just increase the padding to probably double XL, and I want to apply the same thing, double XL at the bottom. So I'll hit update. Now if we go back and if I refresh, you can see now this is how it is looking. You might want to apply some padding here at the top. So for that, what you want to do is to select this section right here, and then you can go here, and here you can apply some margin. So let's apply a medium or large margin, and then hit update. Now if we go back and if I refresh, you can see now how this pricing plan is looking. So in this way, you can also create the pricing plan inside the Kadence theme using the Kadence blocks plugin. Now let's create the last section of this homepage, that is going to be the contact us page. So for that, what you want to do is to go back to your pages, but before that you want to install a plugin. So go to the plugin sections right here, and then click on this add new plugin, and then in here search for Fluent Form. Then this is the plugin that you actually want to use, contact form plugin. Click on install now button there, and then click on activate. So I have already installed and activated this plugin, and here is this plugin showing. Now I have already created tutorials on how you can use the Fluent Forms in WordPress and how you can create different kind of forms using the Fluent Forms. If you want to watch those videos, I'll drop the links of those videos in the description of this video. So I'm going to use this contact form widget from here. So let's go back to our pages that we are creating. Let's create one more row here. So I'll click here, and then in here I'll type in /row, and I want to use this row layout. Now I'll choose this single row layout from here. Then I want to go to this advanced tab, and at the bottom we need to have a big space. So I'm going to use the 4XL, and at the bottom I'm only going to use the 2XL here. And then we can apply a background color. So I'll change the background color to this color. Now let's just change the width to wide width, and change the content width to use theme inner content width. Now that we have applied it here, let's just add some titles here. So for that, I can actually duplicate the titles that we are using here. I'll select this option from here. I'll expand this thing here. Now I can duplicate it from here and I want to drag it inside there. Then I want to duplicate this from here and then I want to drag it inside here, and then I also want to duplicate this title and then I'll drag this title right. Let's just change the content of these things from here. So instead of SEO pricing, let's just make it content and then change the title to a different title. So it should be this title, and then we can actually search for fluent forms, and here is the widget that we want to use. So I'll drag and drop this widget right at the bottom here, and there you can select your form. I want to use this contact form. So here you can see this is how our contact form is looking. Now I can hit update right here, and now if we go to our website and if I refresh, you can see here is our contact form is looking. Let's add a shape divider at the top. So I'll select this entire section or the row, and then I'll go to the layout, and here is the top divider. So under the top divider you can use your divider. Let's use this kind of divider right here, or a similar divider that we have used. So might be this one. Let's use this divider, adjust the height, and then you can also adjust the width of this divider from here. So I'll make this width, adjust this width here. Now I'll hit update button, and if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is how our contact form is. We actually need to adjust the spacing at the bottom. So I'll select this entire row, I'll go here, and then I actually want to reduce the padding at the bottom. Then I'll hit update. Now if we go back here and if I refresh, you can see this is how it is. Now we are having this weird kind of white space here that we don't actually need. Select our row. We can fix this with negative margin. So click here and then apply the negative 30 pixels here and then hit update. Now if we go back here and if I refresh our website, you can see that white space is gone. So in this way you can actually create the entire home page using the Kadence theme and the Kadence blocks and the Kadence blocks pro plugin. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. If you find this tutorial helpful, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to always get the latest video updates. If you have any question, drop them in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Also like this video, this will help me reach more people on YouTube. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.